Welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple, where they have taken a large bite out of college football. The man for whom the stadium is named, Bill Snyder, built this program from the losingest in the history of college football to a formidable foe and home of the Kansas State Wildcats. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The LSU Tigers offense takes the field. And here comes their veteran leader. He has been through the battle, guys, and there are plenty of expectations this season.
Yeah, and there should be expectations. This guy's been around a long time, knows the systems, knows the players. Everybody's going to have to believe in him for this year to be a big success.
Yeah, David, there's just no substitution for experience, right? This guy has played so many snaps. He's seen it all. No doubt they need him to play at a high level.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's past the 30. Oh, look out! He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Across the 10. Hit the afterburners, kid. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide-open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. 2 totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy, woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present it?
And he's going to score. Touchdown, LSU! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Wildcats offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job on it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can...
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. This is a 3rd and long. looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll bring it back. It's Turner. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll try to get outside. Jumped on top of the pile.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Toss sweep to the right. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game in the toss play.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in...
Touchdown, Tigers! What a catch and run for 6.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the...
What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Here comes the offense on 1st down.
Timeout, LSU.
Here comes the option. Quick toss. Makes a man miss. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup and still short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. To the ground with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Tigers are flying down the field. They're getting this guy lathered up. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And the defense did a really good job playing both plays. Slow playing the pass, coming up playing the run, doing a good job getting him on the ground. Now forcing the 4th down decision time.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. LSU quick to the line. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. A great catch and run for 6.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
On second down, just keeps firing. And that ball is picked off. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his 2nd interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now on the option. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. LSU now operating in the red zone. On the option. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of the game.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll ride his man on the option. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly,
to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. On to attempt the try.
Number 23 with the carry.
Oh, and he missed it. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on?
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Quick strike complete. They get him down after he makes the catch. LSU right back to the line. Back to throw, it's Holstein. He makes a grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, LSU! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. From the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the Little Apple.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away.
Set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I'll tell you what, after that big gainer on 3rd down, you might think about your quarterback running it again down here. It's hard to throw down close inside the 10-yard line. You've got to have some design QB runs or give him a run-pass option on the perimeter. See if he can punch it in after that big gainer.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Got it! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. It's as if there's a force field that's been keeping them out of the end zone and off the scoreboard. They'll try to change it on 3rd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On the ground. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And that pass is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play. Offense set on 1st down. Handoff from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Wide open downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Now on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt, first half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. The more drives like this is what's needed.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this.
Gonna take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. LSU quick to the line.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing.
He's going for the big play. And he reels it in inside the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge.
Touchdown LSU! And the beatdown has ensued.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
Bringing it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quick completion to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. Quickly complete.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Jackson. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They're going to throw it again. Got his man. Bringing the heat. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
Here we go.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Makes the catch.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
And it starts with the kick, right? You got to keep the top of the football, get a good bounce, get kind of lucky, right? Like, it's got to bounce off the guys, and the kick team was ready. Pounced on the football, they got the ball, and got some momentum.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. The Wildcats want to crank the tempo.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
To the air on 1st down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Buys a little time with his feet. Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a 1st down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Offense gets set for 2nd down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big...
Incomplete.
Done it, but 2nd down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He'll take another shot here. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. Michigan is currently trailing in this one, but if history has taught us anything over the years, it's that closing out the maize and blue inside the big house is not easy. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by
another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass that
unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what?
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. He's looking to throw. Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Trying to get to it. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
He gets a block. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Off play action on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football.
Throws toward the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him, and the defense finally came up with a play.
A shot toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Coming after it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. But a little time, lets it go. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing?
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Line gets set, first down.
Here we go.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. And he's thrown another interception. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Listen, I understand it. I get it. We got to make plays. We're losing. It's the fourth quarter. We got to go out there and make some plays. We just got to find those plays that maybe take risks, but we got to make sure we're throwing the football in a safe spot where only my receiver's going to get it. I can't turn the football over again.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Wants to fire on second down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Scoop. Good job corralling that football, but he couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it'll be a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. On the return, it's Watkins. First down here for the offense. Quarterback checking off. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. And here we go, final play of the game right here. Trying play action. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it on the left. And he breaks into the open. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You play through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute, get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
So that's going to do it for